Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Hard Truth. Today's hard truth is good and bad karma work hand in hand. Now, what I mean by that is, let me give an example. Suppose four young men decided to sell drugs, and one of them ended up being strung out, another one went to prison, and one of them died, and the fourth one ended up getting a job and getting married. And that's the end of the story. Well, why, if they were all doing the same thing, did one person end up with a completely different outcome? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Okay, sometimes a person can have enough good stored up that they get to bypass some things that ordinarily would befall them. Now, some would describe the same situation as somebody being prayed up or having a lot of people praying for them. And that's something a little different. That's another topic. But I'm talking about when that person's actions in life, before the thing presents itself, dictates. This is what I'm referring to. It's not that the guy didn't deserve what the others got. It's that he generated enough good karma in his life before the drug dealing to get some grace when it's time to pay for his mistake. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Now put a pin in that and we'll come back to it. People keep telling me, I keep hearing there's more evidence. Wait until the case completely unfolds. The police aren't telling us everything yet. So my question is there any more evidence in this case against Brian Kohlberger? So far we have cell phone pings that suggest he's been in Moscow, and the reason being that he's stalking at least one of the victims. We have car sightings that supposedly place Brian Kohlberger in Moscow and line up with the cell phone pings that prove that he is stalking and that he was there the night of the crime. We have Dylan's description of an intruder with bushy eyebrows, and we have a knife sheath left at the scene that matches Brian Kohlberger's father's DNA. All right, if we're waiting on more evidence, why is there a suspect sitting in jail? If this evidence that was enough to put somebody in jail and charge them with 4 murders is not enough for us to make our own conclusions, in the general public without waiting on more evidence, then why was somebody arrested? That's my question. Okay, here's my prediction. And I know some people are not going to like this, but this is just my opinion. If Brian Kohlberger didn't kill those kids, I believe he has enough good karma to bypass the charges, and I don't believe they'll be able to convict him. And that's no matter how many warrants they get signed, no matter who ends up being his attorney, no matter who really did it, they won't be able to pin this on him. I mean, my goodness, you've been in his trash, you got his car, you've been in his apartment. We still have no motive. No eyewitness actually places him at 1122 King Road. So, in my next video, I'm going to try to prove my theory with some supporting evidence.